What's going on, everybody? It's Crazy Russian 86 here. I'm gonna make this video in public to spill the light of the truth to all these fucking idiots out here because they really piss me off. You know, I watched the video of one guy talking about Elliot Rodger. He was talking about how delusional he is. And in some ways, I kind of agree with him. You know, Elliot Rodger is kind of see the world black and white. And me, with my experience, I can say that he's not right 100%. Because, like, for example, he's all about, oh, women have sex and this and that. But I mean, there's a lot of variables in here. Okay, you don't know how it feels. You don't know whether these people having it good or not. But at the same time, I do agree with Elliot Rodger because, see, life is all about experience. But because he has problems, he cannot have that experiences. But he wants it. If I was Elliot Rodger, of course, I would just pay for it. So I get it out of my head, you know. It's okay to pay for sex if you cannot get it any other way, in my opinion. As long as that's what you want, you need to get it, because life is all about acting how you want, getting what you want, and things like that, okay? So, it's all about my desires. And with that one, I agree with Elliot Rodger, but, I mean, the guy is also kind of right, because these people, you know, whom he talks about, he's kind of, you know, projecting his insecurities on other people. That's kind of true in a way too. But still, you know, I still kind of have a lot of respect for Elliot Rodger. And the guy said he said he doesn't like him, but he kind of agreed with him, because if he wouldn't do what he did, he would be living a miserable life. And I agree with that. So, but like I said, in my opinion, what Elliot Rodger should have been done, he should have just paid for it so he can get something, because something is better than nothing. So then he will have experience with women, you know. But then again, that's just my personal opinion. But then again, you know, we all have different cards. And Elliot Rodger have a good, bad ones. So me too, the same way, because I'm kind of jealous, you know, of people who getting what they want out of life. So I kind of like can relate to him, you know. I cannot say that he was in the wrong because of what he did, even though a lot of people say it's bad, but like, I can understand him, you know. I can totally get him. So, I don't really blame him for that. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how I feel, personally. I can understand it. And he is not in the wrong for thinking that other people are better than him, because, you know, like, they get what they can out of life, you know, they don't have his problems. So in a sense, they are kind of better than him. So, compensating for his shortcomings, in my opinion, is the way to go. Because, you know, instead of like kissing up to people, it's just like, oh, I don't get my way, I'm gonna make other people suffer. And you know what, me personally, I personally agree with it. Because you know what, life is all about getting your way. That's what life is all about. So I'm not blaming him for that. But in order to get your way, you need to kiss up to people. Like, for example, if you want to get money, you need to kiss up to people. And that's bad, you know, because like, who likes to be kissing up to people? Nobody likes that. Everybody just wants to get their way, you know. I want how I want it, give me, or I will fuck you up. Because in my opinion too, it's like, if you can do that, you're a powerful person. Because you know, if you're not gonna get your way, you're gonna hurt somebody, and then people's gonna see it, and then people's gonna kiss up to you, and you're gonna feel powerful, you're gonna feel like a king. And that's like the best feeling in the world. So like, to me, I totally get it, you know. Like when you punishing people, when you don't get your way, you show everybody how powerful you are, and then you feel strong and big and powerful, and you feel like on top of the world. You feel like in the snap of your hand you can get what you want when you want it. And that's like, for me, that's like true happiness, you know. Like, I totally understand why people feel that way, you know. And you're not dependent on people, you feel free, you know. You feel like you can live how you want, and that's a great feeling, you know, versus when you're dealing with people and you to do things certain way, act certain way. You feel like you're on the thumb of the society. You feel like a bitch. You feel like a slave. And that's a very horrible feeling, because you feel like you can't be yourself. You can't really enjoy life. You feel miserable, you know? Like when people shutting you down and telling you how to be, how to act. I get it, you know? I feel like I want to fuck them up, and the only reason I'm not doing it because I don't want to lose money. Because they're on top of me. Now, if I was on top of them, if they don't do what I want, I fuck them up. But unfortunately, that's not the reality of things, you know? So, that's just what it is, you know? Life is fucked up. You know, it's really a sad, pathetic existence of suffering. So, and slavery, where you know what you want, you know how to get it, but everybody is getting on your way all the time and not letting you live how you want, because they're telling you this is not normal, this is not right, and all of that bullshit. So, yeah, telling you should be humble, you shouldn't be arrogant or whatever. But then again, some people are arrogant. Why they're arrogant? Because they enjoy being arrogant. So why are you telling people how they should be? That's what you think, because the majority of society thinks. But you know what? Why should I be this way? I want to live how I want to live. And if it goes against the grid, then fuck it. But you know, the problem is the consequences. That's the problem. Because if you're going to go against the grid, you're going to get punished. And that's a big problem, you know? That's a big problem. The problem is consequences. The problem is that you're gonna suffer because you do whatever you think is right. You know, that's a problem right there. That's a real problem. And then also I watched this video where it says, oh, you know, celibate men is so attractive because they're picky and they are more high value. See, I don't agree with it. Here is why. Because a lot of people are celibate not out of their free will. It's because they're rejected by the society. Because they need to be certain way in order to be liked by women, in order to have certain things. And they just don't want to be that way, or they cannot be that way. It's either they have disability, something wrong with them, or it could be that they just don't like the way things are, or it could be both, you know, and they realize it, but they just like wish that, you know, things were different, you know. They don't have feelings for people, they don't like what's going on around them. You know, there's a lot of like variables, like why people cannot get their way in life. A lot of times what they see around them, they don't freaking like it. They're miserable, they just wanna like run away from everywhere, you know. And everybody making them angry because people acting stupid, you know, in their opinion. But of course, people think differently. But then again, whatever people think, it's not really applying to them, because it's what other people think. And a lot of times when I found out what's in people's head, I'm like, oh my God, people are thinking about all the crazy shit. Like, to me, I'm not even thinking about things like that. They're thinking about friends, they're thinking about, you know, they have their issues and this and that. And I'm like, when I'm finding out what people think, I'm like, oh my God, people think about things which, like, I would never even think about that. All I'm thinking about it, how can I get my way, can I get money, how can I get what I want? That's it. Outside of that, I don't even give a shit about anything. But people like, oh, they're thinking about me. They're absolutely thinking about things which I'm not even freaking thinking about that. It's like crazy, you know. Like things, what people think, or what, you know, they consider normal or whatever, or that they consider, you know, put offs or whatnot. For me, these things, they don't even exist in my head, you know. Because in my head, it's simple. I get what I want, good. I don't get bad. People acting stupid, I cast them out. And they say, you shouldn't be like that. But in my opinion, it's like they deserve to be cast out. Because they don't let me do what I want. They're forcing me to live my life how I don't want, against my will. So, but people don't see it that way, see? It creates problem, it's like, you see? So, and then they're talking about Elliot Rodger needed psychiatrist, right? And I say this, the way he is, he doesn't need a psychiatrist, because in his way he is right. Because of the way he is, whatever is norm for other people, it's never gonna apply to him. So I think that what he really should have done, he needs to be focused on getting big and strong, getting some kind of job. And he had money, he should just pay for it and get it out of his system. You know, he could have easily paid for it. He had his parents with the money and all of that. Why he needed blonde girls who don't want him? He just pay for sex, that's all. Or some people say, oh, you know, find like woman who has problems. I say no. You just cannot get anybody, you just pay for it. That's it. Problem solved. You have a lot of money, you can, you know, you can get any woman you want like that. Not like a normal woman, but not a relationship, but the way he is, he couldn't be in a relationship anyway, because people say he's kind of abusive. And I can kind of see that, because like a lot of times when I'm thinking about people, like I can see like how people can see me, or people like me or Elliot, Rodger, tend to be an abusive person. Because, you know, relationships are difficult, and a lot of times, you know, people look at things differently, you know. Everybody have different needs. Some people have need of power and strength. Some people have need of love. You know, everybody have like different, you know, abilities, whatever. So in life, all you can do is find whatever works for you. That's it. That's just it. Peace.